we got a little bit of good news. Kshama Sawant, the socialist city council member in Seattle, was losing last week in the election. She was losing, and some people thought she was out of it. People thought like, oh man, because Amazon spent over $1 million on her opponent because they don't like Kshama Sawant. She was really outspoken about the fight for 15. In fact, she helped ignite it nationally. She was really outspoken about the tax that Amazon was supposed to pay in Seattle. They had a small tax on the 8 biggest companies, or on the biggest, I don't know if it was only 8, but on the biggest companies in Seattle to help with homelessness. Only Amazon and a couple others made a stink about it. Everyone else, and there were a lot of others it applied to, they were happy to pay it, or at least they weren't complaining about it. I don't know if they were happy to pay it. Maybe that's a bit much, but they were accepting of it. Amazon made a big deal. They made a big stink about it, and they eventually got their way. So what did they do in the last election that happened recently? They poured a bunch of money into Kshama Sawant's opponent to try to get her off the city council. And we thought they were successful. But they had to count those votes that were mail-in. And Kshama Sawant had a lot of supporters in those mail-ins. And she won. Amazon lost the Seattle City Council elections after $1 million power play. Will it see a new head tax? More than a year ago, Seattle City Council member Lisa Harold teared up as she voted to repeal a per-employee tax on high-grossing businesses that would have raised money for homeless housing and services. This is not a winnable battle at this time. So they're referring to what we just talked about, or what I just mentioned. They were going to have a head tax on companies like Amazon to help with homelessness. And because Amazon lobbied so hard, they weren't able to get it through. But fast forward, so Amazon got their way that time. That's what this article is referring to. Fast forward to this year's council elections, and that picture may have changed. An attempt by the Seattle Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce to remake the council and ensure policies like the head tax would never return has been soundly rejected by a progressive-minded electorate, despite Amazon pouring nearly $1.5 million into 7 district races through the chamber's no-limit political action committee. Now Herbold and socialist incumbent Kshama Sawant, the chamber's top targets, have both declared victory in their re-election bids. Yeah! And chamber-endorsed candidates have lost almost all the other clashes, maybe due in part to voter backlash against Amazon's spending. So the question is, will the next council wade back into last year's, quote, unwinnable battle and enact the agenda that business leaders sought to avoid, including something like what Sawant called the Amazon tax? I certainly hope so. And congratulations to Herbold and congratulations to Sawant. Those are the people you want to see in politics, especially in local politics, and they're back. They never left, so they're not back. But Amazon tried to throw money at it, and Amazon lost. It's not often we get to say we win one, especially against a behemoth like Amazon, but we won this one. Congratulations, Harold. Congratulations, Kshama Sawant. Wait, let me make sure I get that other. Herbold, excuse me. Congratulations, Herbold. Congratulations, Kshama Sawant. Keep fighting the good fight. All right, so that's a little bit of good news.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and